But doing a little bit of harass with these Broodlords, really no harm. Jesus, how do you kill Zerg? You need more Vikings, my friend. You need lots of Vikings, because these Broodlords are just screwing you up right now. 3 Vikings is not going to cut it. But we do see the Marines stimming in here. Lots of Speedlings, but no Banelings for Kibbles and Bits. And I don't know what that's going to spell out. We do see these Marines stimming yet again. Here come some Mutalisks to defend against these Vikings, but they're a little late. The Vikings having killed almost all of the Broodlords already, but a lot of Speedlings actually left. Didn't see that Infestor there. That Infestor will likely very helpful in killing those Marines. And we do see, looks like he wants to go for this expansion, but remembering that there's a planetary fortress there. Heard a command center lift into the air there. Not quite sure where it was. Perhaps it must have been a supply depot lifting up to prevent these Zerglings from streaming in. We do see the Zerglings running up the wall. 2 Zerglings just being split in half by bullets there. These tanks still sitting on this ledge, looking to do some harass, but nothing within their range. Looking at the production tab, we see 16 Banelings on the way right now, 4 Kibbles and Bits. Lots of Zerglings streaming towards here. We have 55 Speedlings, actually, with 1 Infestor and 11 Mutalisks. I don't know where those Mutalisks are. Here are the Mutalisks. At least a good quantity of them. But now we see, looks like he's getting ready for a Baneling buzz, and here they go. The Banelings rolling in, the Speedlings leading the way, so they absorb that front fire. Will he pull the Speedlings back? Yes. No. Okay, there go the Speedlings pulling back. These Banelings just absolutely rolling over. We actually saw the Infestor fungal growth those Marines at the last second there so that they couldn't run away. These Zerglings now just having free reign on these production buildings. These Marines at the top of the ramp. The Infestor not having enough energy to fungal growth them. And the Marines managing to load in the dropships, actually, but not before those Banelings made quick work of them and managing to kill off that Infestor there. Now, let's look at the income here, or rather, that's the army supply. We do see, actually, GG still in the lead here. Kibbles and Bits with more workers, but I wanted to look, here we go, the income tab. We do see Kibbles and Bits actually with a slight lead now in gas. The transition to gas for GG, most likely to pay for those Vikings so that he can combat these Broodlords, because Marines just don't do the job. 52 to 51 Harvesters, pretty even at this point, but that does favor the Terran player as he has the capacity to drop lots of mules and really doing a good job at this point. We see all of these command centers sitting at or around 50 energy. Actually, this one at 56, it's the only one that's above 50 energy at this point. Now this one above 50 energy, but still doing a very good job as we don't see the energy piling up. Definitely dropping his mules. 137 to 141 food. This is a very close game. We do see, okay, another expansion going down here. 4 Kibbles and Bits. Needs that macro play as we see, well, actually, this base doesn't have a lot of workers on it, but this one almost mined out, even with his tank harass here. This base looking close to mine out. Kibbles is going to need to make sure he has that expansion up and running, but here come a lot of Marines, a lot of Vikings. These Banelings circling around the back. These, the Zerglings making a wall here so the Marines can't run away. We see the, wow, those Banelings absolutely annihilating all of those Marines. Green slime parts just falling everywhere. Those Marines had nowhere to run from those Banelings. And now the counterattack by Kibbles and Bits. Still a lot of Banelings left over. Baneling busting down the barracks, just plowing right through it. The Marines not ready to run. And all of those Marines falling. Zerglings here just kind of attacking everything. It's like Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, riding into Moscow, but finally these Banelings can't manage to hit the Marines. Only 2 Marines going down there. And we do see 2 Zerglings still just having their way with things. This command center on fire. No SCVs around to repair it at the moment. Looks like he's running over to the medevacs to try to heal it, but that's not going to work. These drones very quickly almost mined out here. Only 65, only 50 minerals. They're going to move upstairs to this base. This missile turret just chilling there. He's quite aware of the fact that Kibbles is about to move units up there. Now he sees the drones coming up. Likely to, I mean, the purpose of this missile turret, likely so that he can do some harass. I mean, these tanks are still sitting here. And on this map, you can put these tanks in this forward position here. And if you can get vision, I mean, I don't know how far the siege comes, but I would say he could probably shoot to the right side of these minerals here. We do see a massive ball of Zerglings here, but they're really not able to do much on the bottom side of the board. This planetary fortress and bunker going to hold them out quite effectively. The Baneling bust, always possible, but not necessarily mineral efficient or resource efficient, but we do see a lot of Banelings, 25 Banelings on the way for Kibbles and Bits, but a lot of Marines, Vikings, Medevacs, siege tanks here. And actually, the siege tanks have, I think if he had moved these siege tanks up a little further, they would have been able to harass a little bit better. But we do see Marines dropping up here. Currently, Kibbles and Bits, a lot of his resources being contained here, a lot of his income, and it's going to disappear right here as these Marines shooting these drones. Here comes Speedlings. Oh, that's a lot of Speedlings. These siege tanks killing a lot of those Speedlings, though. And a good portion of those Marines managing to being loaded up in here. Kibbles needs the Mutalisks to arrive. When here come the Mutalisks, he needs those to arrive right after the Marines load up into these dropships. Here they are, but the Marines unloading. Not a lot of Speedlings left. Okay, here come the rest of the Speedlings. And it looks like Kibbles is going to be able to hold this off. The Speedlings, the Mutalisks targeting down the rest of these tanks. These Marines dropping out of this dropship. I think it would have been better for Kibbles to attack that full dropship here as he watched the units load up into it. Missed doing that, but now these Marines no longer able to harass. We do see this expansion going down. Is Kibbles aware of that? Yes, he is. He does see that expansion with his Overlord. We see Kibbles actually grabbing this expansion in the Terran players' fifth base. I don't know what base that would be preferable for with these positions, but it's certainly a late one. And actually, having completed a hatchery up on this position, this siege tank trying to siege it, but not a lot of Okay, actually a lot of Marines here. He needs to get those in position. Mutalisk turning around, but not before two of them are picked off. That fungal growth really not hitting a lot of the units there. But here come a lot of Banelings and a lot of Speedlings, and a lot of Infestors with full energy. We see these Speedlings coming up the ramp here. These Infestors trying to get off some fungal growth. Here they go. The Banelings just absolutely stringing in. The Infestors getting in their way and just not letting those Banelings do what they're meant to. Managing to get off the fungal growth there and kills a lot of Marines. But this siege tank in position now to be able to just pick on this hatchery. But too much gas here for our Terran player. 3,700 gas. He's really mined out on virtually every base that he holds, except for this new one. We see all these mules being dropped down here, and his income just surging through the roof. 56 harvesters to 41. A harvester drop there for Kibbles, so it looks like no, that harvester drop simply was from building construction, because GG at this point having only killed 9 workers. Kibbles and Bits having killed 122 workers this game. Absolutely fantastic harass and worker denial. These Marines coming in to save the day, but they're not going to. They're going to be martyrs because that is too many Mutalisks. And now we do see the only mineral source left for the Terran player finally being taken out. This creep here, although this hatchery's been killed, this creep is just going to sit around for a while and prevent GG from being able to take this expansion. And virtually, now we're going to see this mineral, these minerals coming in decay to almost nothing as, well, actually we're going to see it decay to nothing right about now. That last mineral patch is gone now for GG. He has no minerals left at any of his expansions. And Kibbles, on the other hand, mining off his opponent's minerals, mining off this actually this base as well. Really taking a look at the units lost tab, I mean, 122 workers may have been what cost GG this game. He's mined out on all 5 of his back bases. And actually, we see Kibbles having used these forward bases before his back bases, and the opposite for his Terran player, and now Kibbles having moved and taken his opponent's forward positions, and now denying his opponent the ability to gather any resources. So I gotta say, I think taking these hatcheries by Kibbles just to deny the resources of his opponent, an excellent choice, I gotta say. Speaking now from my position, that's not what I intended to do at all. I really just grabbed those because I wanted more hatcheries, and I see no reason in putting a macro hatch somewhere when, okay, wait, no, we'll cut that off because we see Speedlings and Banelings, a lot of them, but these Banelings are just not going to do absolutely anything. Lots of wasted resource there for Kibbles and Bits. These Marines, very low on health. Is there Infestor? Here come the Infestors, and those Infestors will spell the death of a large portion of these Marines. Kind of curious why I didn't drop more Fungals there. There they go. Fungals dropping, killing off swaths of Marines there.